Hello everybody, welcome to my channel Flutter Play. My name is Manish and in this video I will be answering to all the frequently asked questions about the Flutter support for UWP. So let's get started. In this video I will be mainly answering to the 5 most important questions such as which dependencies are capable with Flutter UWP apps, what is the main difference between Win32 and UWP apps, does Flutter UWP supports Firebase functionality? Which databases does Flutter UWP supports? Does Flutter UWP support network calls, REST API handling, etc. So now let us get answer to all of our questions. Beginning with the first question. Which dependencies does Flutter UWP support? Dependencies are nothing but they are the external code written by some other programmer and we wish to use that code in our project. So basically here it says Flutter UWP does not support platform specific dependencies. That means dependencies made specifically for Android written in Java or Kotlin, dependencies made specifically for iOS written in Swift or Objective-C are not supported by Flutter UWP. That means no platform specific dependencies are supported by Flutter UWP. It only supports UI and logical dependencies as of now. It means all the dependencies which are related to UI components such as drawer, bottom navigation bar, tab bar, then the app bar are supported by Flutter UWP, and dependencies with minimal logical functionality such as mathematics operation, string operations are supported by Flutter UWP. Dependencies written in Java, Swift, Kotlin, Objective-C, TypeScript, JavaScript, C, C++ are not supported by Flutter UWP applications. That means if you are writing a dependency and that dependency is supported by some other programming language, then that dependency is not supported by Flutter UWP applications. Dependencies written purely in that language are supported by Flutter UWP platform. That means if you wish to write a dependency for Flutter UWP, it should be completely and purely in that language. It should not have the support of any other programming language. And at the last, Flutter UWP requires that dependencies must support Dart 2.12 and must be configured with null safety. It means, according to Google, to make a dependency for Flutter UWP, it should be configured with null safety and you should be on the Dart 2.12 version. Now, let us take example of which Flutter UWP dependencies are suitable for your apps. First of all, I have captured the pictures of 5 dependencies. Here you can see, and I will be guiding you that which dependencies are supported by Flutter UWP platform and which are not. So let us take an example of first dependency, that is expandable. Expandable is an UI dependency. First of all, we have to see that whether there is null safety tag on all the dependencies or not. If there is null safety tag, then that dependency is supported. But if there is no null safety tag, then that dependency is not supported. So let us take the example of expandable. In expandable, there is the null safety tag. Also, we have to see that the dependency is available cross-platform for all the platforms, not for a single platform, but it is available for all the platforms. So we can conclude that expandable is supported. Now next comes the PDF dependency. PDF dependency is a dependency written in Dart native JS and also it is supported with cross-platform for Flutter. We can also see that there is a null safety tag which depicts that PDF dependency is supported by Flutter UWP. Next come Bits Dojo window. It is the dependency configured with null safety, but it is for only desktop platforms. It is not for cross-platform for all the platforms. This dependency is specifically for Linux, macOS and Windows, and as prescribed earlier, dependencies made for platform specific are not supported by Flutter UWP. So Bits Dojo window, again it is not supported by Flutter UWP. Then comes Flutter Pay. Flutter Pay is a dependency written by Google and it is supported by Android and iOS. That means again it is platform specific dependency. Yes, it is configured with null safety. Still, we can't conclude that Flutter Play is supported by Flutter UWP platform. And the last is the Firebase underscore core underscore web. This is the dependency by Firebase Google. This supports null safety, but it is made specifically for web. So again we can say that Firebase underscore core underscore web is not supported by Flutter UWP platform. So I think that I have answered all the questions related to Flutter UWP dependencies. Now let us move towards the next question. What is the main difference between Win32exe and Windows UWP applications? Previously you were using Windows 7, Windows XP, Windows Vista, Windows 8. These Windows platforms supported applications in the format of exe. Exe stands for executable file. In the previous version of Windows, apart from Windows 10, we were downloading an exe file from the internet and we were just installing it. There were only two forms of installer in the previous version of Windows, .exe and MSI. So basically Win32exe apps are apps that were supported in Windows XP, Windows 7 and Windows 8 and all the Windowses including Windows 10. These applications only supported in Windows desktop and laptops. Also, there was a major thing that we need to install the application from ourselves. We need to know the installation process. We only need to uninstall the application, and if an update arrives, then we only need to update the app. So there was a hiccup by normal individuals, by normal persons who were not knowing computer at an advanced level. So they were facing difficulty in the installation process, uninstallation process and the updation process. Next comes the safety. Many exe applications contains virus in them. That means we were downloading the exe applications from anywhere in the internet and we were seeing that most of the exe applications were containing virus. Because of that virus, our PC gets corrupted or it gets affected by some ransomware. So we need to install a antivirus program. I am not saying many apps or most of the apps, but there were apps available at a particular platform and that apps were containing the virus files which affected our computer, which slowed the performance, which were appearing on the startup. So there were many problems in the earlier exe apps. Next question. Not all apps are certified and trusted. Yeah, we know that apps corresponds to Wondershare, Adobe, Microsoft. These all apps were cracked and they were sold on Telegram. They were sold on some other websites, so that contained the virus. So all the apps were certified, but their crack version also came, and there were many things which caused a question on the certification and trustification of the exe apps. Also, there was no specific source to download the Win32exe app. That means earlier we were downloading the apps from Softonic, Softpedia, File Hippo and many other websites. So that websites still did not contain the trusted content, certified content, so that it does not harm our Windows PC. Next comes the Universal Windows Platform app. Universal Windows Platform was a boon for Windows platform as it converted all the disadvantages of Windows Win32 applications into UWP. So first of all, see that Windows Universal Platform supported all the devices include Windows 10 desktops, laptops, tablets, mobiles, HoloLens, Surface Hub, Xbox and Xbox One. One more thing I wish to inform you all that UWP app supports only Windows 10 devices. They does not support any of the previous Windows version including Windows 7, Windows XP, Windows Vista and all the things. It only supports Windows 10. Installation, uninstallation and updation is automatically done. You don't need to do anything. The update process works in the background without the consent of the user. If the user has allowed, then the update will work in the background, and if it does not has allowed, then the update will not be done. But if it is allowed, then you don't need to do specifically process for updation of an app. It is done automatically by the UWP apps. All UWP apps are trusted and certified by Microsoft Store. Yeah, when you upload a UWP app to Microsoft Store and you buy a Microsoft Store from the partner program, Microsoft Store certifies that app and adds a tag of trusted app to the Microsoft Store. That this app is now trusted app. It does not contain any vulnerability. Microsoft Store is a trusted platform from where users can download UWP apps. Yeah, of course it is a trusted platform because all the apps are verified. If any app contains any potential harmful substances or any code, malicious code, then the app is rejected and the app is not uploaded to Microsoft Store. All the UWP apps are checked by Microsoft team and then disbursed for release on Microsoft Store. It means that the entire checking process and testing process of the app is done by the Microsoft team, which is the team that has developed the Windows. So they verify the apps, and if they are safe and potentially available for distribution, then they release that app. So this was the main difference between Win32exe app and Windows UWP app. So I think that this question is also answered. Now let us move to another question. Does Flutter UWP supports network handling REST API calls? As Flutter UWP is an alpha release of Dev channel, it does not support network related operations such as network calls. You cannot use any dependency, or you cannot call the HTTP function for a website. You are calling a website and you are getting the response from that website using the HTTP code 200. You are verifying that the connection is successful or not. So you can't do all such thing because network is totally disabled in Flutter UWP. Secondly, is network image supported? No. As of now, only image from asset is supported, that is image.asset, or asset image is supported by Flutter UWP applications. Next comes the API calls. You cannot hit any REST API calls, or you cannot do any REST API operations with the Flutter UWP platform because it is in the active development community. So these functionalities will be developed in the future months and then it will be released to Flutter UWP. So as of now, Flutter UWP does not support network calls, network image and API calls. So this question is also answered. Let us move to another question. Flutter UWP Firebase. Does Flutter UWP supports Firebase functionality? So let us get the answer. As Flutter UWP does not support network calls, so Firebase functionality is not supported by Flutter UWP applications. Even calling Firebase REST API is not supported by Flutter UWP. You might be knowing that there is a dependency on pub.dev known as FireDart. It is a dependency, it is not official dependency of Firebase, but this dependencies perform all the Firebase operations such as authentication and Cloud Firestore with the REST API of Firebase. So even though that dependency is not supported by Flutter UWP, and as it doesn't support network calls, so Firebase functionality is completely disabled. Firebase features such as email auth, phone auth, real-time database, Cloud Firestore, Firebase cloud messaging, Firebase storage, Firebase hosting, dynamic links is not at all supported by Flutter UWP application because it is in the active development, and in the later months it will be in the stable version. So then every functionality will be supported by it. So I think that this question is also answered. Let us move to another question. The last question is Flutter UWP database. Which databases does Flutter UWP uses or it is supported, or how we can store the data locally with Flutter UWP? So as of now, SQLite database, shared preferences, remote database, Firebase, file system or any other thing is not supported by Flutter UWP. It does not support local database as well as remote database because remote database needs database connection to be established, and that connection will be established by network, and network is not supported, and as a result Flutter UWP does not support any databases. Coming along, SQLite database, which is the local database, is not supported. Even though shared preferences functionality is not supported, any remote database is not supported, including MongoDB, MySQL and any database. Firebase is not supported, and file system implementation is still not supported. You may be thinking that I will be storing the data in the file system in the form of files or JSON files, so that functionality is still not supported. So I think that I have answered all your questions and I have cleared major doubts related to Flutter for UWP support. Do hit the subscribe button and thank you for watching this video. Share it with other Flutter developers. Thank you.